Hey everybody. So, I know it's been a month since my last video. Things have gotten really hectic, so how are you guys liking All Stars so far? For me, it's nice. The last couple of seasons of All Stars have been, and it hasn't really been that great, especially season 5. Throw it away, redo the whole thing. However, I am thoroughly enjoying this season of All Stars. It is probably going to be one of the best seasons of All Stars ever. So, there's been 4 episodes. Excuse me. I'm going to talk about the 4th episode today, as well as mentioning some of the things that have happened throughout the first 3. So first off, the lip sync assassins this season do not play around. We have seen only one person win against their lip sync assassin so far in the 4 episodes, and usually by now it would be a couple people winning. So obviously we are going to be going into this next lip sync with $30,000 on the line, which I cannot fathom how much money that is. So, let's get into the episode. So first and foremost, Trinity K. Bonet from season 6 won the previous episode, the drag side hustle thing. So she got to lip sync against Laganja, and when I tell you that the physical lip sync was one of the best lip syncs on Drag Race, it was. Laganja ended up winning and said that they voted Silky. Have I necessarily agreed with every single, I feel like there's like a thing right here. I don't know if you can see it, but I can see it. So, hello, stop that, please. It's not going to stop, we're just going to have to keep going. So if you like the new filter, it's a light bulb. Anyway, I was getting nervous, like somebody's watching me. They're not. I haven't really necessarily agreed with everybody's eliminations. Serena's elimination, I sort of disagreed with, but until I realized Trinity K. Bonet was up on the chopping block, then I was like, yeah, I understand that. Jiggly's elimination I had a really hard time with. I thought that Jara should have left. And Silky's elimination I had a hard time digesting because I thought that Jan should have left. Now, this challenge is the Super Bowl halftime performance thing. Okay. I thought that the Super Bowl thing was going to be Super Bowl the musical because, well, they're going to be playing football or something like that. But instead, they did the halftime performances, which is actually a really cool and fresh idea. We haven't really seen anything like this since season 3 of All Stars, and I think that having that as well as the group challenge, plus having more girls, allows it to be good. There's 13 queens here, so 10 now, but there were 13 queens here. It's time to, that's how many they start out with a 8 episodes season. So we've already been in 4 episodes, so now there's going to be 12. For the performances, let's go through these. We have Ginger as Fergie. Now, Ginger Minj is one of those people who is going to have to be in the top 3 because of the fact that it is her 3rd time doing this, as well as the fact as there's never been a big girl winner, and also that she is iconic on Drag Race. She is the crownless drag superstar of season 7, and we don't talk about All Stars 2, so this is technically her second chance Ginger has not been impressing me so far. Her first talent show number, I thought she was going to be high. I thought that it was cute, it was fun. Ginger was safe during the ball challenge, which, I mean, whatever, her look wasn't really that great. And then this last challenge, she was in the bottom four, and then this challenge, Fergie to me is not very good. I don't really like Fergie. Even though my last name is Ferguson, I don't like Fergie. I don't even really like the Black Eyed Peas that much. I don't know what it is, but I just don't like her. So when she announced that she was doing Fergie, I was like, oh, Jesus Christ, fine, let's get through this. And got through it, I did, but it was like drinking rocks. I did not enjoy this. It was the RuPaul song Geronimo combined with Fergie's singing. No, I don't like it. For me, that was one of the worst performances. It was one of the weakest performances. That being said, let's now go talk about her runway look. It's cute, but is it Drag Race All-Stars material? Throughout All-Stars 6, has Ginger really shown that she is a true All-Star? No. I'm just going to say it. No, she has not. In her Meet the Queens video, she said that she was going to, she was so excited about the fashion aspect of it. Where's the fashion? I don't like the fact that every single look that she has worn has been just one of the worst. I hate how in the pit stop they go, who's your least favorite? Ginger. So, I mean, she needs to step it up in the fashion department, or else she's not going to win anything, and she's not going to be successful. That being said, if she doesn't make top 3, I'm going to be angry. I think that she has a lot going for her, and I feel like if she doesn't make it this time, it would be really bad. Next up, let's talk about... I'm going out of order here. So out of order because I honestly don't really remember who everybody was in this. Let's go to Trinity. Okay, let's do something positive. Trinity's look before her performance, let's just talk about the look. It isn't the best, but I do like that she is doing the pageant stuff for the kids, because I feel like, especially with Trinity was a pageant queen, but is now like I have to do comedy because if not, I'm not going to win. For this Trinity, K. Bonet, she's done the comedy, but she's still sticking to her roots. Excuse me, I'm sorry. So, she looks really good in her dress. It's good. I give it a 2. I mean, now, in terms of her performance, Jesus Christ, did she deserve the gold? I think that she was one of the best impersonating on the runway, but also had the most to do with everything. Like, she did the choreography, she knew all the lyrics. But Trinity's a lip-sync assassin, so what do you expect? She's gonna turn it out each and every time. I just feel like Trinity's gonna be an all-star. I don't think that she's gonna make it all the way to the final 4. However, I feel like it is going to be very sad if she does not make it. I feel like she is building up friendships and alliances, and I can't wait to see how it turns out. She definitely deserved the top spot here, so I'm kind of sad that she didn't get it, but that being said, she still got high. Let's move on to A'keria Chanel Davenport, shall we? So, as Prince, it's a meh. It's not bad, but it's not good. it's more Akira than Prince. And when I think of Prince, and I know he didn't wear this in the Super Bowl, which is why she didn't wear it. I think of the purple suit and the ruffles on the collar and the big hair. She didn't do that. But I understand because it's what they wore in the Super Bowl. I get that. But it just didn't read Prince. The guitar didn't read Prince. Remember, Naomi Smalls did Prince on the runway once with the guitar. So, I mean, the guitar didn't read Prince to me. And if you're going to have that, make it the actual guitar. Do not stray away from the path if you're going to do Prince. I was really hoping that we would get Janet Jackson in the halftime show, and I'm really pissed that we didn't. And I'll talk about with both Akira and another queen that they had the opportunity to do so. With Akira, it's a little bit more excusable because Prince is iconic. That being said, come on. Don't do this, don't do a Super Bowl thing and don't do the iconic Janet Jackson moment. That just sucks. I would rather them do the Janet Jackson moment and have it be great than not do it at all. And that's what they did. They didn't do it. I'd like to think that, Silky or Jiggly would have pulled out Janet Jackson and gone, hey, yo, I'm going to be Janet Jackson. But I don't think that they got that far. So, Akira is Prince. It was a boot. I mean, it wasn't that great. It was a meh. Not even a boot. It was a meh. But her runway, flower headpiece, comes out with the flower. It is possibly the best runway of this season so far. Without a doubt. I love it. It's fabulous. And it makes me want her to do well. Her being in the bottom made sense, but it didn't after the runway. I thought that she should have been low and Ginger should have been in the bottom. But then again, we have to go back to Ginger for a minute and say that the production knows that Ginger has what it takes to win, and so is putting her in situations where, yeah, if she's bad, we have to critique her on it, but we're not going to set her in the bottom two just because we have to critique her on something. So Akira's look, toot, her... I'm sorry. We just ate Italian food, and I'm a little bit... feeling my full Madame LeQueer fantasy over here. Anyway, her performance was a meh. Next up, let's talk about Jada. Why don't we? She was in the bottom two with Akira. And I'll talk more about who got eliminated when we get to it. I didn't get Shakira. She was wearing pants. Okay, whatever. Take artistic liberties with Shakira, fine. Face-wise, didn't get Shakira. Hair, I did. And body, I did. Like, her body was very Shakira. But she just wasn't Shakira. The song that they gave her, CoverGirl Put the Bass in Your Walk, was hot garbage. Hi, how are you? Whoever mixed these songs didn't do a really good job, because it was clapback levels of just wrong. I didn't like Jada's performance, nor did I like her runway. No frills. Category was the frill of it all, bitch, wear. And her hair, come on, really? It was just ugly. And I know that Jada is known for the papadons and all of that sort of stuff, and I respect the hell out of her. But that outfit was garbage compared to the other runways. It was garbage. It was not at all what the assignment called for. And it's not the language barrier. It's not a Sasha Bell moment. I misunderstood the assignment. No. The frill of it all. Come on. Gone with the Wind. I haven't even really watched that movie before because it's too long. All I know is that some bitch falls off a horse. I shouldn't call her a bitch. She's like 5. But, she falls off a horse and gets killed. I need to watch the movie, but come on, really, Jada, with so much backing you, with Alexis getting into the top 5, Jujubee making it to the finals, Manila being in the top 6, Latrice being top 5, we needed you to step it up. And this is something that I had a problem with Jada throughout the entire season. First off, I don't think she should have won the talent show. I think it should have been, what's her name? Sorry, Raja. It should have been Raja. She should have been eliminated during the ball because of her boasting. I hated it. I hated when she boasted and was like, haha, I'm gonna win, and then twirled and I mean, during the drag fixers, she was okay. It wasn't the best. She wasn't the winner. I've had a problem with Jada every single time she's been on the runway and in the challenge, and I shouldn't have a problem with her. But something in my mind is like, this is not the Jada that was on Drag Race. This is another person. I don't know what's going on with her, but I'm hoping that if she does come back, she is more aware that this is a competition and not like a fun little thing to do. That's what I got from her is, oh, this is fun. Yeah, it's fun, but it's also not at all. So we've talked about Ginger, we've talked about Trinity, and we've talked about A'keria and Jada. We have 6 more people. You ready? Next up is Steven Tyler, Kylie Sonique Love. Love her runway. Steven Tyler, I don't really know who he is that well. I think he's the lead singer for Aerosmith. I love the If I Dream, though, and I love his part. I think that he was a good choice for Kylie. When I looked at Kylie, though, I'm like, that's a lady, Maury. That's a lady. But I really do like the transformation from girl to guy that Kylie did. I think that it was noble of her to do so. Kylie, for me, is going to be in the top. I think she has done really well in the competition. I think she just needs to break a little bit out of her box, okay? Which we'll get to Pandora last, because there's a lot that I want to say about that. But Kylie definitely is a toot on both. Next up is Raja. Raja as Diana Ross, this is when I wish she should have done Janet. We've already seen BB do Diana Ross, and there's not really a lot you can do there because BB is the OG, actually, no, Honey is the OG Diana Ross. Milan is the OG Diana Ross, confirmed. Now, when she stepped on that scale, it said mahogany. No. BB is the iconic Diana Ross person, and I wish that they should have done Janet Jackson. Even though Janet and Kennedy and then Coco, Raja should have been Janet Jackson. I didn't really like Raja's number, but, I mean, it wasn't bad. It was Diana Ross. The only thing I didn't like about her dress were the sleeves. It was very rosé, and it just did not work for me. But the rest of it worked. I loved it, but it was just the arms. Like, you got some tulle on your arm, girl. Take it off. Throw it away. Excuse me. I'm so sorry, guys. We've talked about Ginger, Trinity, Jada, A'keria, Raja. And there was one more. Kylie. Now, let's move on to... I didn't even say what I wanted to say about Raja either. Raja is one of the top ones for me. She's going to do well. We have A'keria, we have Jan... Not A'keria. We have Eureka, we have Jan, Pandora, and... last bitch. What's her name? Scarlett. In fact, let's do Jan. Jan did not deserve to win the challenge. She did not deserve to win the challenge. She did not deserve to win the challenge. You may think that she should have won the challenge. She did not deserve it. Trinity deserved it. Jan did not. Jan was Jan. Yes, she was dressed as Lady Gaga. Yes, she did fabulous. She deserved to be high. But God, that was just... I get that Lady Gaga is like, one of the most iconic Super Bowl halftime performers. I don't like Jan. There, I said it. I don't like her. I do not like Jan this season. She's annoying, she gets on my nerves, and I just don't like her. And that's my opinion. And I know a lot of people have opinions about Jan where they really, really enjoy her. And good for you. I'm glad. I'm glad that you can get behind her. And she has done no wrong in my book. It's just... I just don't like her. I don't... Each time I see her on screen, I'm like, oh, come on, really, Jan? This is going to be a Jan storyline? Okay, whatever. I mean, she's a cute guy, and I loved her on her season. Well, actually, to be frank, looking back, I didn't really like her there either. But I understand why, during the Rusical, to give Jan the win. But come on, really, Jan? Trinity deserved the win, and Jan did not. That's just my opinion. But it went the way it did, and Jan won, so, I mean, whatever. I'm hoping Jan straightens out this season and becomes one of my favorites, but I doubt very seriously that she will. She's kind of resting on the personality of, well, I enjoy all you girls, and I'm a Disney princess, and I just want her to be her. I don't want her to be this cartoon. It just makes me mad. It makes me mad that she is not expressing her true self. Next up is Scarlett. Scarlett, for me, was one of my favorites. I loved Left Shark. I loved Katy Perry. I did not like the song. The Now Thithy That Walk. That can go burn. Not CDs. Just jump in a fire. But she definitely looked like Katy Perry. And on the runway, fabulous. I didn't even talk about Jan's runway. It was okay. Both of Scarlett's runways get toots. Eureka. Go home. I would rather have Jan than Eureka here. And here's the reason why. How was she in the top? And why? Was it because Michelle likes Madonna? I don't get it. And I'll go through the analysis real fast after I talk about Pandora Box. By the way, Eureka's outfit was a boot. I didn't like it. Pandora's whole entire thing was a boot. This is the one that I want to speak on the most because it was just so bad. Did she look like Carol Channing? Absolutely, and I think that she embodied that, so her performance was a toot. Everything else was a boot. I didn't like her outfit, and also, what the Gilbert Gottfried fuck was that voice? I would have rather had them sing live and had Pandora do a Carol Channing impersonation than whatever Gilbert Gottfried voice that was that came out of that. It was so bad. It was so bad. How did that get approved? How were you... Jesus. I'm watching it, and she's performing the hell out of the song, but it's like click clack. I'm like, are you a billy goat now? You a billy goat? You wanna eat some grass? What? Like, are you auditioning to play Iago? Like, what the fuck is wrong with this song? What is wrong with all of these songs? Taking a look at everything, the majority of the mixing on the songs, from Scarlet Envy's Sissy That Walk, CoverGirl Put the Bass in Your Walk for Shakira, and Pandora's Click Clack Make That Money, and Geronimo, I hated it. I hated all of it. I would have rather had them sing live. Because I feel like when you lip sync, and it's not a good lip sync, it's real bad. But my god, all of the songs were really good, RuPaul's songs, but completely wrong within the context of the Super Bowl. It was just not good. Trinity's was the only passable one, really, because even it was bad, but it was at least, like, sung like Beyonce. The rest of them were just god-awful. And I'm trying to understand what went wrong with this. Why is it so bad? Why can't I enjoy things like normal people? I don't know. If you enjoyed the mixings of the songs, leave a comment down below. But my god, I just could not stand it. Now, looking at the rankings, Jan, Trinity, and Eureka are high, and in the bottom 3 are Ginger, A'keria, and Jada. Now, I agree with Trinity and Jan. And even though I have said horrible things about Jan, about how she did not deserve to win, I do think that she was good out of with Trinity out of the rest of them. Eureka, on the other hand, no. I don't understand why Eureka was in the top that episode. I just don't. I think that it was stupid. Very stupid that she was in the top that episode. I guess it was because Michelle likes Madonna. I don't know, and I really just don't care. It wasn't anything to gag over. Her outfit wasn't anything to gag over. I would have rather had Scarlett or Kylie in the top. In fact, I think that Scarlett and Kylie definitely deserved to be in the top, maybe even more. My ranking would go Trinity, Jan, Scarlett. Those were my top 3. I enjoyed their performances and would rewatch them again if I wanted to. The bottom 3 actually had many choices. I do agree that Jada was the worst. I would put Eureka down there, as well as Ginger. So take A'keria out of the situation. In fact, A'keria's performance, her runway should have saved her from the bottom 2. Ginger's performance was lackluster, Eureka's performance was lackluster, and Jada's was just bad. Now, in terms of who they sent home, Jan thinks that they're going to send A'keria home. Valid point. But they don't. They instead choose Jada, because Jada didn't fight. So now we're going to have a little bit of a kerfuffle between Jan and the other girls because she chose A'keria's lipstick. That being said, Jada definitely deserved to go home. The fact that she did not fight to stay in the competition, she was just ready to call it quits. And I love that. I'm glad that they recognized that and didn't try to save her because of goddamn track record. Jiggly fought for her spot. How do you go? But yeah, the track record. Fuck the track record. If I was there, I would have voted Jada. Because Jada's boasting during the second episode was childish, and she should have been sent home because of it. If I was there, I would have looked at who in the competition do I not want to see anymore. Jan. I would have voted Jan on the third one. And I would have voted Serena on the first one, even though I love Serena Cha-Cha. And the reason I would have voted Jan on the third one is because of the fact that it should have been Jan and Ginger in the bottom 2. They were the team leaders, basically. They took control of everything, and A'keria and Silky really just didn't have anything to do with any of it. If there was a bottom 3, it should have been them and A'keria. Silky was not at fault for what she did. It's the fans' fault. That being said, I would have just voted Jan to see what would have happened. Everybody would have been like, I would have been like, yeah, I voted Jan, so what of it? I voted you because I just don't think that you have what it takes. So Jessica Wilde, who we haven't heard from in a while, has appeared randomly as a lip sync assassin, and they do Womanizer. Not the best lip sync. And that's in comparison to the other 3 lip syncs, which were the bomb.com. This one was more of a season 5 lip sync, All Stars season 5 lip sync, where it was just meh. It wasn't the best, it wasn't the worst. It was just meh. It definitely was the worst out of the 4, but we shouldn't attack Jan because of that. I think that the song, the fact that now we are in a free Britney world where a lot of people, myself included, want Britney to be freed from the place that she is in right now. I'm blanking on what it's called. The conservatorship? Listen, okay? I love Britney Spears. Don't attack me in the comments. I'm just blanking on what it's called. So I know it has something to do with what she did in the past, and that her dad basically has control of her life. Which I am for Britney Spears all the way. I love Britney. Jessica definitely won the lip sync because Jan was just really robotic. I get that she was trying to be funny, but just whatever. It didn't work. And that's pretty much it. Next week, I'm hoping to see something good. Everything else has been really good so far, so I'm hoping that we get like a really big bang for our buck next week. I'm hoping that Snatch Game happens sooner or later. I would really like to see Scarlett in Snatch Game, Jan in Snatch Game, perhaps. So, this is Jacob signing out. Have a great day, y'all.